Good morning Year 1, it is Wednesday today, the 10th of February, and I'm going to be doing your maths lesson. So if you've got the reception or the Year 1 booklet, you are in the right place. If you've got the Year 2 booklet, a little reminder, you're looking for Miss James. But I think everybody knows where they're going for what lessons by now. So before we begin with our new learning, we are going to say well done to these children. I had lots of emails yesterday and I'm trying my best to pull out those children who haven't been on the screen yet, or children who have been on the screen before but have blown my socks off again. So first of all, I'd like to say well done to Zach. You sent me a picture of your division symbol and I saw you were using your cars at home, and that's brilliant because you are using objects from your house to help you with your learning, and that is brilliant. And I've got a lovely sum there. 6 divided by 3 is 2. You had 6 cars and you put them into 3 groups and you had 2 in each group. So that looks like you were doing some lovely learning yesterday, so well done you. And Violet, at the bottom here has done the same as Zach, but she's used her toys, and I love that, Violet. I think it's lovely. You've got a monkey and a baby and you shared cake equally, so you did some lovely division. And Leo, you used some oranges. That's a brilliant picture, and you solved my challenge of the day as well, so well done Leo. And here we've got Edward, who's been using pasta, and it seems that pasta is a good resource to use from home because we all have lots of pasta, so we can do some big sums. And I also think, Edward, you've got a lovely table and chairs there. I think it looks lovely. So we've got lots of super learning going on at home, and we do really miss you at school. So please continue to send videos and photographs because it's really nice to see you, okay? So well done to those children. So moving forwards now with our lesson today, and we're going to start with the reception workbook. So if you've got the reception booklet, we're going to play a little game of bingo. So you need to get your whiteboard and you need to write numbers 0 to 10 all over your whiteboard and spread them out, a little bit like I have done here. And you need to think carefully about how you've written your numbers. Are they formed correctly? Okay, and you need to spread them all out, and then I'm going to shout out a number and you're going to cross it off. Okay, so we're going to do some number recognition and also some number writing. So by now you should have written all the numbers down. Okay, we're going to play bingo with them all, and then we're going to cross them off or circle them when I say the number. Are you ready? Okay, first number I'd like you to find and to cross off is number 5. Look for number 5, put a circle around it or a cross through it. 1 more than 5, 6. Now I'm going to think about the number 0. Where's the number 0? Put a circle around it. Good job so far. You should have 3 numbers on your board. Next one is going to be number 10. Let's go for the biggest number. Where is number 10? A 1 and a 0 make 10. Brilliant. Now, number 4. Where is number 4? Find it, draw a circle, cross it out. Getting closer to saying bingo. Now, what number comes before 4? 3. Find number 3. Find number 2. Find number 1. 3, 2, 1. Good job. And then we're going to find number 9. Can you find number 9? And then, which number's going to be next? 7. Can you find 7? Which should leave you with 1 number on your whiteboard. Have you got number 8? Hopefully. If you've got 8 left, give it a circle, and that means you have found all of the numbers. So you can hold your whiteboard and shout bingo and send me a photograph, okay? And I'll also zoom in to make sure you've done your numbers correctly. If you've done a little mistake, rub out your work and practice those numbers, okay? So well done if you've got the reception booklet with your warm-up. Now today we're going to continue to solve some measuring problems. So yesterday we thought about the height of things and the length of things. And we spoke about a ruler, and we spoke about a tape measure, and then we also did some measuring using our squares and our objects, okay? But today we're going to think about the mass. That's a new word, the mass. And the mass is the same thing as saying the weight. So the weight of something is how heavy it is, okay? So in your house you'll have lots of different things, and some of them when you pick them up they might be heavy and some things might be light, okay? So have a little look around the room that you are in and think about what might be heavy. So it might be that you've got a television, okay, or a settee or a sofa, and you wouldn't be able to pick that up because it's too heavy. But you might have a pencil or a newspaper, okay, or a phone, and they are a little bit lighter. So the weight, the mass, is how heavy something is, okay? So I've got some pictures of something here. Do you know what they are? You might have seen them, but you might not have before. We've definitely used these before in reception when we were younger, and we've used them in year 1. You might see these in your bathroom if you've been to the doctors. And here, you might have some of those in your kitchen. We've definitely got them in the kitchen at school. Jenny uses those. Okay, and they are scales, okay? All of these scales are different ways to measure things. So we can use these ones here, that's a bit like a seesaw. And you put something in one side and something in the other. And if it's heavier, it will go down. And these scales here measure you. If you've been to the doctors and you step on the scales, they'll tell you how much you weigh. So your dad or your mum might weigh more than you. Maybe you could have a look at home. And then here are our cooking scales. So we can measure our ingredients. We might need some flour and we might need some sugar if we bake a cake. And on our instructions, it will tell us how much we need. So we use scales to measure how heavy something is. Okay? So we're going to have a little go at looking at some pictures and sorting them between heavy and light. Okay? I've got 2 pictures of 2 different balls. Do you know what kind of ball that one is? It's a bowling ball. Have you ever been bowling? Have you ever picked up a bowling ball? They're very, very heavy. And this is the word heavy, for heavy. If you pick up a bowling ball, it's really heavy. You have to be so strong. So I'm going to move the picture of the bowling ball underneath the word heavy. Now, what picture have I got here? What ball is this? It is a tennis ball. A tennis ball. Have you ever played tennis before? We've got tennis balls at school in our PE cupboard, and we can pick those up and we can throw them and we can hit them with the bats. So those aren't very heavy. They are light. Light. A tennis ball is lighter than a bowling ball. So we have talked about 2 things there that weigh different. A bowling ball is heavy, big strong arms for a bowling ball, and a tennis ball is lighter because we can pick it up and move it around easier, okay? So heavy and light, those are 2 words when we're talking about weight. Now, I've got a picture of a hamster and a picture of an elephant. Now have a little think. Which animal is heavy? Can you pick up an elephant? Oh, could you pick it up? Could you walk around with an elephant? No, elephants are too big, aren't they? They're very heavy. They've got big stumpy feet and a big trunk and big ears. They are heavy. So the elephant needs to go under here. It's a heavy elephant. Even a baby elephant is heavy because they are big, big feet and big bodies. If you've ever been to the zoo, you might have seen an elephant. And here I've got a picture of a hamster. Now you might have a hamster at home as a pet. Or if you've never seen one before, they are like a little mouse and they're only small and they're soft. And they've got tiny feet and tiny whiskers. Okay, so you can hold a hamster and you can walk around with it. So it's not heavy. A hamster is quite light. So the hamster is light. The elephant is heavy. And the hamster is light, okay? So we can also sort out animals that are heavy and animals that are light. And it's the weight of them, how much they weigh. Now we've got something else here now. We've got a picture of a bike and a picture of a lorry. Which one do you think is the heaviest? Oh, have a think about that. If you are outside and you see a lorry, will you be able to pick it up? Even if you had the biggest muscles in the world, I don't think you could pick up a lorry. Lorries are so heavy So the lorry needs to go over there by the heavy word. H for heavy. That means it's big and it's strong and it's really hard to pick up. Now we've got a bike here. Now your bike might be tricky to pick up because it isn't small, but a bike is lighter than a lorry, okay? You might be able to pick up your bike by yourself or with your friend, okay? So the bike is light. And if you have a scooter, your scooter would be even lighter than a bike. So we've got transport there. Now let's have a little look at our next page, which tells you for your learning today. So you need page 23, and I'm going to draw a circle around page 23. Question 1 and question 2 in your workbook, okay? And you have got a page all about finding the heavier object or the lighter object. So have a little look at your page 23 in your reception booklet, okay? And have a go at question 1 and question 2. And I've also put a little challenge here, and it says, can you find and compare objects in your house? So I'd like you to go on a house hunt and find me something heavy and something light, and send me a picture, okay? Send me a video if you want to go on a little hunt and look around your house. What can you see? I can see in the classroom that my coat isn't very heavy. That's a light object, but I can see the bookcase. That's very heavy. So have a little look and a little compare around your house. Well done. So, moving on now to our Year 1 booklet. If you've got the Year 1 booklet, this is your warm-up. And I've got a little challenge today. You need to set a timer, either on your phone, or if you've got an egg timer, or if you've got a sand timer, however you want, or somebody could count. But I've got 4 multiplication sums, okay? So think back to when we did multiplication. And how long will it take you to answer 4 sums? That's your warm-up today. 2 times 6, 5 times 2, 3 times 3, 4 times 2. Okay, you can use objects, you can use a number line, you could do your times tables, but think about the answers and write them all down. 2 lots of 6 is, find it out. 5 groups of 2 is, find it out. 3 lots of 3. 3, 6. Okay, and the last one, 4 lots of 2. Counting in your 4s. Okay, pause the video, set your timer, have a go at doing my first 4 sums to get your brains in gear, okay? Send me a video or a photograph and I'll mention tomorrow who did it the quickest. Okay, well done. Moving on then to our new learning today. Our learning question is, can I continue to divide? So we've been thinking about division this week, Year 1, sharing into equal groups. And we had a very busy day yesterday thinking about sharing on a number line, filling in the missing numbers and our sums, and sharing objects. And I've been really impressed with all of your hard learning at home. So well done. I know it's getting tricky and I know it's nearly half term, but keep up with me today, okay? So we've got our division symbol here. So get your whiteboard and practice writing your symbol. It's a dot with a line with a dot underneath, just like Zach showed us at the beginning. And the word divide, dividing, means shared by. So shared by, or share. We can see it in lots of different ways. So we might have a question today that says, share 5 or share 10, okay? Or we might have a question that says 4 shared by 2, 3 shared by 3, okay? Or we might see the word divide or the symbol, but they all mean the same thing, okay? So dividing is sharing into equal groups. So these are the different ways we might see in your workbook today. And we're going to go through them together. Now I've got some love hearts here because it's Valentine's Day soon, so I thought we'd have some love in our maths lesson, okay? Here's our symbol to remind us, and this symbol means divide, and divide means to share equally. So we're going to write the word share over here as well. Share equally. Just so we don't forget. So divide and share equally, it's the same. So here we've got the word share. Share 10 by 5. So we've got to read that caption and solve the problem. So we've got to share these 10 love hearts by 5. So we need to put them into 5 groups. Let's check we've got 10 to start with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 10. Pause the video and go and find 10 objects for me. Off you go. Run, run, run. Pasta, cars, toys, fruit. 10 objects and come back. Well done. 10 objects, we've got to share 10 by 5. So we need to put them into 5 groups. So we need to have a group, second group, third group, fourth group, fifth group. Now I'm going to show you on the whiteboard, okay? So I'm going to put my 10 love hearts into 5 groups. So I'm going to start by drawing 5 circles. 1, 2, 3, there we go, 4, 5, okay? 5 circles. And I'm going to share them into each group. I'm going to put one at a time into each group. So they've all got one, so I'm going to go again now. And it's a little bit like when we shared the stickers between me and Miss James and Miss Richards. I've shared the 10 love hearts into 5 groups. How many love hearts have I got in each group? Well done if you're saying 2. I've shared my 10 love hearts by 5. I've shared them into 5 groups and I've got 2 in each group. So the answer is 2. 10 divided by 5 equals 2. We had 10 love hearts, we've put them into 5 groups and we've got 2 in each group. So we've done it, we've solved the problem. Did you get the same as me? 10 objects in 5 groups, you should have 2 in each group. Well done. Let's look at the next question. Now the next question is asking us to do the same thing, it's just worded in a different way. So this time, we have got the number 8. We've got to share 8 by 2. 8 shared by 2. That is the same as writing 8 divided by 2 equals. So I have put this sentence into a sum. 8 shared by 2 is the same as saying 8 divided by 2. So we've got to do the same again. So this time, have 8 objects at home. So you had 10, now you only need 8. Find 8 objects. I'm going to draw it this time. And I've got to share them into 2 groups. So here's my first group, and here's my second group. 2, that's my 2 groups. Shared by 2, 2 groups, okay? And I've got to share 8 equally. So I can't put 8 over here by themselves because that's not the same. They need to have the same in each group. So I'm going to count as I colour them in, sharing them. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have drawn 8 circles. I've shared 8 circles by 2 groups. Okay? If you've got your objects at home, you should have your 8 objects. And now you should have 2 piles, 2 groups. How many have you got in your group at home? How many is in one group? Let's count mine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have got 4 in this group and I have got 4 in this group. Have they got the same amount? Yes. So I've shared them equally 8 shared by 2 equals 4. So I can put my answer after my equal sign. And we've done a division sum. 8 divided by 2 equals 4. 8 shared by 2 equals 4. It's the same. Well done. Okay, moving on to our next part of our learning. So we need to now think about the answer to these sums. Now all we've got to do is we've got to look at the sum, think about what it's asking us to do, and then work it out to find the answer. So all we need to do here is to think about what the symbol is asking us to do. We know that this symbol is to divide. So we know it means to share. So we need to share 6 into 2 groups. So get 6 objects at home, share them into 2 groups. Make sure you've got the same amount in each group. And then your answer is how many you've got in each group. So I've got 6. And I know that when I share, they have to be equal. So I need the same in each group. How many is in each group? 3. So I'm going to match it up. This time we've got the number sum 2 divided by 2. So if I've got 2 objects and I need to put them into 2 groups, how many in each group? 1. Well done. So match it to number 1. Here we've got 10. So find 10 objects at home or draw 10 circles. And we need to put them into 2 equal groups. We've only got one answer left, so it must be that one. But we need to check our answer. So 10 divided by 2. So have 10 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 circles and I'm going to put them into 2 groups. So I'm going to do one for me, one for Miss Richards, 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 one for me, one for Miss Richards. How many have I got in my group? 5. How many has Miss Richards got here in her group? 5. So we've shared 10 into 2 equal groups and the answer is 5. That's all these sums are asking you to do, okay? So let's have a look at the next page before you do your activity, because in your workbook you've got to find lots of different ways to work out the division sums, okay? So here it says share. So we know that when it says to share, we have to divide. Share is the same as divide. So whenever you see the word share, it means divide. Share the sweets between 3 people. 3 people. So first thing, how many have we got all together? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have got 9 toffees and we need to share them between 3 people. So we've got to put them into groups of 3. So if I draw a circle around those ones there, and I draw a circle around those ones there, and I draw a circle there, have I got 3 groups? 1, 2, 3. Yes, I've shared them into 3 groups, or given them to 3 people. How many toffees are in each group? 3. Well done. So the answer is 3. 9 divided, shared by 3 equals 3. Okay? So I've just done that quite quickly, but you can do it with your objects at home to explore, okay? That takes us nicely then, Year 1, to our activity today. You need page 20. So not page 21 or 22. Don't go too quick. Page 20. Questions 1, 2 and 3. And they are all about division. So remember, dividing means shared by. Dividing means sharing into equal groups. And we've got to look at the sum, think about the numbers and think carefully what it is asking you to do. So 12 divided by 4 is asking us to share 12 things into 4 groups, and your answer is how many things are in each group, okay? Take a video of you doing your learning and email it in so I can give you some feedback, because I know it's getting tricky and I can help you, okay? Or send me a photograph so I can see how you're doing. Enjoy your learning today, and I'll see you tomorrow for Thursday's maths. Well done.